Hey guys, it's Ken from KBDProductionsTV. Welcome to this video and thank you for stopping by and checking it out. I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time now because you guys, or a bunch of you guys, have been asking for at least a year now what's been going on. So I'm going to try to explain it the best I can as to why I went from Jackery to Bluetti, and here is how it all happened. I believe last year, just after I got Rusty, I put Rusty in the background of this video to answer that question too. Rusty is still around. I'm still gonna make 24-hour stealth camp videos. I've got lots of plans to do stuff in Canada, the United States, so please stay tuned for that. But back to the story. So when I started really investigating doing my stealth camping and stuff, I needed to power up my drones, my cameras, especially when I'm spending sometimes multiple days out on the road, when I do my camping stuff and my bike riding stuff. So I needed some extra power. Started watching other van campers who don't have like a full power system in the back of their van. A lot of them use Jackeries, a lot of them use Bluettis, a lot of them use EcoFlow. So I kind of went through all the companies that I really liked, and I just kind of kept coming back to Jackery at the beginning, and I'm like, this is probably the perfect size for me. Being in Rusty here and doing like an overnight, maybe 2 days, this would probably power all my batteries, or it definitely would power all my batteries. I think I used it for an electric blanket episode once. It doesn't power stoves or anything, it's a bit too small for that, but that's why I was using butane and propane for that kind of stuff. And then, so I bought this, it was like 666 Canadian dollars, and when I bought it, I made a video on it when I first got it, and then I sent a link to Jackery saying, I really like your product. Thanks for making such a good thing, and they were so happy with the video. They sent me a free solar panel, which are over 300 Canadian dollars. I'm not sure exactly how much they cost, but I was pretty happy that they did that. And so I reached out to them and I said, how would you like to, sponsor a couple of videos? And they said sure, because they want to advertise this thing. This is the Explorer 1500. And I'm like, oh, that will be great when we get a bigger van, or if I wanted to take this and just have more days, I wouldn't have to worry about charging this one as much. So they sent me the Explorer 1500 plus 4 solar panels. So now I've got 5 solar panels, the 500, the 1500, and I'm going to continue using these for a very, very long time. So thank you very much, Jackery. And then they only sponsored 2 videos. So the video when I put this one up, and then another video after that, and then that was it. I'm not signed to an exclusive deal with Jackery for the rest of my life. It was just a 2-video deal. So once again, thank you very much, Jackery. Then I reached out to EcoFlow because I saw a brand new item that they had, and they had given them all out to other creators, and they didn't have any more demos available. And I thought, okay, well, that's fine. And sometime after that, I got an email from Bluetti, and they're like, hey Ken, we'd love to work with you and your channel, and we would love to send you this. And I was like so happy to get another sponsor for the channel. I just want to make sure you guys understand how important sponsorships are to our channel. It helps Carol and I pay the bills and upgrade and do bigger and better videos and travel and stuff. It also is helping me with Paul, because I pay Paul to do the cooking reviews with me. He loves doing the cooking reviews, don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to pay him and split the profits on that. I've never signed any exclusive deals with any of these companies. It's usually a 1 or 2 video deal. When Bluetti sent me this AC200 Max, they just wanted me to do the 1 video. But I reached out back to them and I said, we would love it if we did this and we continued working with you for a few more videos. And so we signed a contract to do 6 videos on this channel, and that they're sponsoring this video today. So thank you very much, Bluetti. So let's go through some of the pros and cons of both the Jackery and the Bluetti. The Jackery, this is obviously the first one that I got. One of the drawbacks on these things is they take a very long time to charge, which wasn't a really big deal for me because I wasn't shooting videos every day, needing it to be in the van and having to go and charge it. So that wasn't really a big deal, but that's definitely a con. and the top of this thing. Jackery, I believe, just recently brought out a unit similar to this, but it has a folding handle on it, because a lot of people just complained about this top being a shape like this, so this has to go on top of everything else, whereas this I could actually put like a case on top of this and it's not going to harm it whatsoever. It's just nice that if they're rectangle or square, that they're flat on top, so you can stack pile stuff on them if you have to. So that's one of the cons. One of the pros about this is it's super easy to use. You just plug in whatever you want to use, press what it is, whether it's AC or DC, and then it just works. And the screen on the front is really easy to read from pretty much any angle. And then the same with the 1500. Again, when you press that display unit right there, it's telling me right now I've got 3 solar panels over here charging. 2 of them are charging the 1500, one of them is charging the 500. I figure while I'm doing this video I could get some free power into our units. Again, one of my favorite things about the Jackery is the display. Super easy to read. As soon as you plug something in, it'll tell you how much time you got charging that item or powering that thing. It does work with this induction stove. I tested it out before we started shooting this video, because if you plug the induction stove into the 500, it will not work. This is an 1800 watt stove. This is a 1500 watt power station, and it actually handled it really nicely. And of course, same with the Bluetti. So there's some of my pros and cons. I guess a con with this one is again the handle and the fact that it takes a very long time to charge. But again, if you have all the time in the world to charge them, then this is probably the product for you. Over here we have the Bluetti. It charges really fast. This is one of my favorite things about it, is I can drag it into the house, charge it up, and we're ready to go pretty much in half the time of the Jackery. A couple of other things I really like about the Bluetti is you can buy extended batteries, so just battery packs that you can stockpile on top of this, plug them right into this, and then just daisy chain off each other, so you can turn this 2000 watt into even more wattage in your van, in your house, whatever you want to use. It's got 4 plugs here. It's got a plug here for an RV, so if we had an RV, you could plug that in if the RV needed to get some power in an emergency situation. It's got 4 USBs. It's got a USB-C. It also has a 12-volt DC here. You can also plug it into your car while you're driving, and as you're driving, the alternator will charge this back up, and you can do the same thing with these with their DC chargers. Just recently, when Carol and I went out to BC, we used all 3 of these. We used this one mainly to keep our fridge cold. We used this one to power the electric blanket and to charge some of our items. And then we used this one mainly for the stove and charging my cameras and my drone batteries. A couple more of my pros on the Bluetti is it's got the double handle situation. So if I don't feel like carrying it by myself, 2 people can just carry it side by side. That is awesome. The fact that it's got wireless charging on top, you just put your phone on the top and it charges without having to bring your wires. And then on the front it has way more plugs to plug in your USB, USB-C, and your regular plugs here, and of course the RV plug. I have 2 issues with the Bluetti AC200. Number 1, you actually have to turn it on, wait for the display to show up, then you have to pick AC or DC and then turn it on or off. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, first you have to turn it on, as step 1. Step 2, you have to wait for the display touchscreen to power up. Now that that's on, I have to plug in my batteries. Then there's a little spot here where you have to hit DC. That's 3 steps. And then the 4th step is actually turn it on. Now it's charging the unit. So it takes 4 steps to do what Jackery does in 1 step. You literally plug it in, press the button, let's say AC or DC. If I had done the same thing with those batteries, plug in the DC, I don't have to turn anything on. I just plug it in, press the DC button, and it starts to charge. So I really would love Bluetti to upgrade the display, because it is hard to read. You have to, like, from this angle I can barely read it. I have to go this close to see the colors. It's just not as nice as the Jackery. I can read the Jackery from this angle, this far away, but I can't read the Bluetti from this far away. If you could also put buttons on the things that you want to charge, so you just plug it in, press go, and it's on, that would be awesome. And if you can make the display way more clear, visible from all angles, because again, a lot of times you're camping and it's kind of buried in somewhere and you can't read the display. You have to like make sure it's turned sideways to you. You gotta like get right into its face just to read the display. So if you could fix that, that would be awesome. On behalf of myself, my wife, and the channel, we'd like to thank everybody for supporting this channel through watching our videos, clicking that thumbs up button, leaving comments, sharing our videos. Definitely the sponsors of this channel, whether you are sponsoring us for one video or multiple videos, we really appreciate it. Whether you're a restaurant or you're a company that creates units like these, all you guys are amazing. And of course, all my channel members on this channel and the vlog channel, and of course all the supporters over on Patreon, you guys rock. Keep leaving those comments, guys, because I will try to make videos like this answering your questions. One of my problems is I just love making content so much that I let things get away from me a little bit, and I don't make videos like this to explain and bridge things that are happening. Like a lot of people didn't know where Rusty went, and I should have explained that a little bit better. Maybe I should do more live streams or answer your questions directly as the live stream goes on. Maybe we can do that once a month. Let me know in the comments below. But again, this channel is changing a little bit for sure. I really like doing the van life stuff with my wife and traveling around. I still like doing cooking reviews now that Paul's all better. Don't forget, Paul had a motorcycle accident, then he got throat cancer, so that's why we didn't do cooking reviews for a long time, for 2 years. But I bought Rusty to make standalone, just Ken Domik stealth camps and just food reviews. That's why we have Rusty, for doing those things. And I definitely want to keep doing like bike rides and little adventures like that by myself. It's kind of fun to do those. Then we bought the big van called Moose. We bought the big van to do stuff with Carol, because it's always nice to bring your wife along on all these things. There were tons of questions about why I was by myself all the time, and of course the comments were, did you get divorced? Oh, your wife kicked you out again. So no, she hasn't kicked me out. No, we haven't got a divorce. But I like doing these van life videos for you guys. All the comments suggest that. There are a lot of people that like the van life stuff with Carol. And of course, I'm going to continue doing food reviews. When I was in LA, I did 3 food reviews for you guys, so they'll be out as soon as possible. But once again, thank you very much for all your support, and keep leaving those comments so I can make videos like this answering your questions.